We've all seen the commercials. That little blue pill certainly seems to put a smile back on men's faces as it brings life back to the bedroom. But did you know it wasn't actually developed for erectile dysfunction or ED? It was meant to treat high blood pressure, thanks to its ability to dilate blood vessels, wide open, to allow optimal blood flow. And it was only after patients started taking the drug that reports of an interesting side effect began to circulate. It was helping an organ much further south. Now it's going to their heads. Believe me, the pharmaceutical companies will be dancing in the streets about this one too, because they've found a connection to another problem people can buy their drugs to solve, and that's avoiding Alzheimer's. So what does ED and Alzheimer's have in common? Leave me a like and let's find out. Researchers at the University College London followed close to 270,000 men over a 5-year timeframe, comparing the rates of Alzheimer's between men taking prescriptions for ED to those without. And after accounting for any other factors that could impact the results, they found the men taking the prescriptions were 18% less likely to develop Alzheimer's. These results were strongest among men who were issued the most prescriptions over the study period. This means that the brains of men who used those little blue pills more often benefited the most. So how did treating the men's ED problems benefit a condition of the brain? It had to be the head-to-toe blood flow. The little blue pill works by increasing a molecule known as nitric oxide or NO in the lining of the blood vessels. This causes the blood vessels to widen, increasing blood flow and boosting oxygen to all the body's organs and tissues, including the brain. Unfortunately, nitric oxide does not discriminate. Both men and women naturally produce nitric oxide in their bodies as part of the process of normal, healthy circulation. But sometimes we need a little help because we don't eat enough of the foods that help our bodies produce NO, like a handful of specific vegetables. You may also eat less red meat and dairy, at your doctor's urging, which are great sources of an amino acid required for nitric oxide production. Also with age, the body's healthy balance gets off kilter. We often come up short on nutrients that support artery health and blood pressure. At the same time, we can experience an age-associated increase in fibrin. Fibrin is the protein used to form blood clots. It's easy to see why too much would be a problem. These problems may seem like a big deal, but you can work around all of them. Let's start with nitric oxide. Even if you're not a veggie fan, you should focus on at least 2, spinach and beets. When eating these foods, your body creates nitric oxide from them via the nitrite-nitric oxide pathway. L-arginine is the amino acid in red meat and dairy required for nitric oxide production. L-arginine is readily available in supplement form too. Next, let's talk about 2 ways nattokinase can help. First, it's an enzyme that received scientific acclaim when discovered in a Japanese superfood called natto. Nattokinase is known for dissolving fibrin, the protein that makes blood clot. And natto just happens to be the highest food source of vitamin K2 as MK7, a very important nutrient for vascular health. Just 1 tablespoon is enough, but if you don't like vegetables, you probably won't like it because it is slimy fermented soybeans. In this case, look for supplements. Not everyone has to take ED medications to avoid developing Alzheimer's in the long run. Just eat the foods mentioned earlier to keep your blood pressure in the normal range. This will also promote healthy circulation from your brain to your toes and everywhere in between. You have finally come to the end of this video and I hope you learned 1 or 2 things. Why don't you celebrate by subscribing to the channel and look forward to similar content? Remember to leave me a like as it helps others to find the video too. Thank you for watching and see you next time.